The True Seeker here, Josh Reshoot.
Littlefoot. Coming in hot, Littlefoot.
Oh yeah, got Littlefoot in the building. Again, broadcasting live. This May 15th, year of our Lord 2020, broadcasting live from the New Orleans metropolitan area, also known as the Wagtown Stanktown. What? COVID what? This pandemic is getting worse. They want to say that we're ready to open up and things are good to go.
The air was starting to clear. Birds were starting to chirp. We were flattening the curve.
Yeah, we're flattening the curve.
So now we're open, back in business.
So now we're open.
Go pay a stripper on Bourbon Street. She needs money. Support local business.
If you got to go back to work, I mean, that's what I would limit my exposure to.
If you're being forced back into the economy, make the economy run.
Yeah. So I mean, just
protect yourself.
That's basically what I'm doing. I'm just going to work. I'm protecting myself as much as possible. If I can't have myself protected, even in my workplace, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation.
Protect yourself. Know that it's not a democratic hoax.
Yeah, this isn't a fucking a game. Okay, this is really your life.
If it's any kind of hoax, it's for Trump to be president for another fucking decade. But
we have no idea.
But the virus is real, is what I'm
the
trying
virus
to say.
is real. We have no idea on the scope of the
severity
of this,
of the fuckness.
Yeah.
Of the situation.
We haven't even started touching the tip of the iceberg as far as understanding this disease. You have these vascular diseases happening in the skin of children now that are now linked to coronavirus.
Sounds like a mutation of the virus.
Mm-hmm. And
it's probably kids who ate too many Lucky Charms.
We're probably safe to admit that we probably don't have the answers, and we probably should shut the fuck up, all of us. That's what I think, anyways.
I'm just coming up with canned responses to all the stupid things that I'm constantly hearing. Like people that are like, "Oh, it's just a virus." Like AIDS.
Everybody's got AIDS.
It's just a virus. Oh, it's just like the flu. Oh, yeah, the flu that killed 88,000 people in 3 months, like that flu? Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. I think that was like the Spanish flu, which was like a pandemic 100 years ago. So we should probably be learning from their experience and reading some fucking books in our time off.
Yeah, and I see...
Sorry.
I just saw an article that Littlefoot shared with me at trueseekerpodcast@gmail.com. You can email us.
I just email them ranting and raving all day long.
It's about these sailors. They're getting the virus for the second time. This is that same carrier where the guy got fired, right? For bringing
ousting
for ousting the virus, going across the cruise ship carrier, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I'm not a military guy, really. I understand that we had some people that fought legit wars.
They still pretend to do that. They're out there floating around on a boat on a mission.
Yeah.
So now they're all getting sick. Well, they did already get sick. They kicked them all off the boat as they got sick.
Yeah.
Quarantined them, tested them, gave them 2 negative tests in a row on different days. And they all tested negative, and now 5 of them who were let back on the boat have it again.
Yeah, it's an AP article.
As Keenan would say.
Yeah, 5 sailors on the U.S. aircraft carrier sidelined in Guam due to the COVID-19 outbreak. They've tested positive for the second time and have been taken off the ship.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to get those numbers up.
Yeah. What y'all doing, man? Y'all Navy. You slacking, bruh.
Well, they're going to be the first to get the vaccine, so good. Catch the virus a million times. Let's see what we need to do next. I'm sorry, I know that's insensitive, but the military are like human monkeys for this government.
Well, that's the problem is that right now with this coronavirus thing, the population is now
The experiment.
the guinea pig.
Yeah.
It's not even just the military. They don't know what's going to happen once we start opening up society. And,
I do.
Well, yeah. I mean, anybody with a fucking
Germany,
brain.
the cases tripled in a week.
Yeah, anybody.
Spain, they quadrupled in 2 weeks.
And it's just we didn't. One, we haven't been shut down long enough.
Right.
Two, we haven't even had a legit shutdown.
Right.
I mean, how the fuck is Smoothie King an essential business?
Gotta get my carbs on.
How is Smoothie King an essential business?
Muscle punch.
How is a car wash an essential business?
Because you need the sugar water to work at the car wash to get the doo-doo off of the rich people's cars.
How are snowballs essential business?
Sugar water. I think we've been over this.
It's mind blowing. See, and that's the thing too, because we're on YouTube now, so you could be watching this worldwide. This is what's going on in New Orleans,
And see how dumbfounded we are.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Am I available in digital format to show like, oh my god?
Now look, I'm all about crawfish boils and snowballs. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
look, I'm a big guy. Okay, like I'm like 6'4" almost. So like I'm a big dude.
Need a snowball to stay
I need
cool.
a snowball and crawfish just to survive in this heat. This heat is horrible. It's terrible.
I think we've been like only on par with temperatures for May for like 1 day.
Yeah, but
We've been having nice cool temperatures.
it's gonna get shitty really soon. And then like hurricanes is gonna fucking start happening.
We already got the termites.
Yeah, termites started
We're
happening
used to
already.
like seasonal plagues down here, but the
Yeah.
pandemic is something different that you gotta take a little more seriously.
And like snowball stands and shit like that. I mean, it's asking to get the fucking disease because it's just a window for like those people. I mean, they probably have this shit all over the country, but I mean, it's just a shack. Usually, most of the time, a snowball stand is just a shack. So everybody's going to the one window
With teenagers working.
with teenagers working there. You can't get cleaning supplies anywhere, so who knows what the fuck they're cleaning back there with.
They're wiping it down with sugary syrup napkins.
Yeah, they got the sugar water from the
Put some Fabuloso on it.
from the sugar ants and put lavender Fabuloso.
Yeah.
They made a concentrate.
But that's the shit that didn't even close down during the alleged lockdown that's already been like 8 fucking weeks and we could have
There was no
literally
shutdown.
cured the coronavirus by now if everybody except like 2 grocery stores within a 50-mile radius would have like closed the fuck down weeks and weeks ago. We could have already been past this. But now we're going into phase 1 of reopening, which means that restaurants, which means douchey small business owners of Metri and Kennebra are tasked with formulating 25% of their normal occupancy into a socially distanced gathering place for retards. I'm sorry, I know I'm not supposed to use that word in 2020. I really do apologize.
But I mean,
But you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
Yeah.
you should not be going out just to fucking hang out right now.
no. And
You're not supporting small businesses. You're putting people at risk, making people have to go
Putting
work at
everybody
these
at
fucking
risk.
restaurants and wait on you because they're going to be the first ones to get sick, the people that work there, and they're going to spread it to the 10 tables they can serve, over the course of a week until they find out they're actually fucking sick and start staying home. And now it's spread throughout the community again. That's why they call it community spread in a pandemic.
there is no herd immunity. The only way you're going to have a herd immunity is that once you start having a vaccine. And we're not expected to have a fucking vaccine until like 18 months. And then I think even after you have the vaccine, it's like, 6 months after that. After you start implementing the vaccine, shit. I need to get the article.
Well, while you do that, you could have herd immunity if it was a virus proving to be once you get it, you're immune to it, but people are being reinfected already.
See, I don't know whether...
And they still have people that are out here believing like, oh, well, I'm just going to get it and get it out of the way. And they're having COVID parties. Like, if they know someone's got it, they're getting 10 people together and getting them all sick. Because they think if they get it and get over it, then they're protected for life. So you're knowingly getting a virus that you have no idea what it could do to you.
Yeah.
Just not the brightest. That's why I used that word in 2020. I'm going to hell. But we already knew that.
Okay.
Okay.
I got it right now. Here
Great,
we go.
because this is rolling along like a fucking square brick.
Well, I didn't think that I had it on my what you call it, my emails. So I thought I was gonna have to go through Facebook, but I didn't want to having to do that. I did have it. I was smart enough and emailed it to myself. This is from Johns Hopkins. See, early herd immunity against COVID-19, a dangerous misconception. Okay, don't know what that means? Here we go.
Get a dictionary.
Get a dictionary out and let's fucking read.
Dangerous.
Okay?
Ouch. Bobo, no.
We have listened with concern to voices erroneously suggesting that herd immunity may soon slow the spread of COVID-19. For example, Rush Limbaugh recently claimed that herd immunity has occurred in California. As infectious disease epidemiologists. Epidemiologists.
There you go.
Oh, that's it, yeah. Epidemiologists. Epidemiologists.
You sound very presidential right now.
For real. I should. I should just pay myself forward.
Epidemiologists, the best in the industry.
We wish to state clearly that herd immunity against COVID-19 will not be achieved at a population level in 2020, bearing a public health catastrophe.
What do they know?
Yeah, although more than 2.5 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 have been reported worldwide, studies suggest that as of early April 2020, no more than 2 to 4% of any country's population has been infected with the SARS-CoV-19. That's what it's commonly...
COVID-19.
19, yeah.
We don't need to say the whole stupid fucking virus name because we're not an AP writer.
Yeah. Even in hotspots... this is Johns Hopkins.
Well, whatever.
Even in hotspots like New York City that have been hit hardest by the pandemic, initial studies suggest that perhaps 15 to 21% of people have been exposed so far. In getting to that level of exposure, more than 17,000 of the 8.4 million people in New York City, about 1 of every 500 New Yorkers have died. With the overall death rate in the city suggesting or more of the population, we need to be immune. Without a vaccine, for over 200 million Americans would have to get infected before we reach this threshold. Put another way, even if the current pace of the COVID-19 pandemic continues in the United States with over 25,000 confirmed cases a day, it will be well into 2021 before we reach herd immunity. If current daily death rates continue, over 500,000 Americans will be dead from COVID-19 by that time.
Yep.
So, I know it's this crazy thing called science and math. But it really does help out, You don't have to be a great reader to be good at reading.
It doesn't matter how long it takes you to read it. You got infinite time because you should be staying indoors.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing anything really.
Because there's a global pandemic and people are dying.
We should have shut down way, way hard, just like Italy, everybody else, what they learned the hard way. But we still haven't learned. We're going to learn the hard way, which it's going to happen,
weeks.
To
a month.
I say it's going to be in June.
Mm-hmm.
The beginning of June, you're going to start seeing the effects of what's going on right now. And
just like you're seeing in Europe, Germany, Spain, areas of Italy that had to re-shut down. You see it in China, South Korea. I'm probably forgetting some countries that already had the second wave.
Yep.
And had to re-shut down, but you get my drift.
Yeah, it's gonna get up there.
You know what's funny about phase 1?
Huh.
You know what doesn't open?
What?
Government buildings.
Government, yeah.
They're not going back to work.
Keep your distance at the government buildings.
Hospitals can't have visitors.
Nope, can't have them at the hospitals.
It's too dangerous to go to the hospital and be protected in PPE and go possibly spread it around the hospital. But by all means, go out and get some fucking wings at Buffalo Wild Wings because you've been locked up for 8 weeks, with food and water and shelter.
Please wear a mask. Oh, what is that? Your gun? You're going to shoot me now because I asked you to put on a mask.
Yeah. You can't shoot the virus. Sorry.
It's just, I don't know. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
And the White House is testing people every single day, although their test does seem to be, they're using the faultiest test available. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
Never mind, I'm not going to say that. Zip. Bloop. But yeah, they're testing people every day, and yet still they have like double digits of Secret Service that are, have got it. They're not talking about them. They have the little press secretary or whoever it was, and Mike Pence's girl thing. Helper. What is she? I don't know what her position is.
His lady friend?
Yeah, exactly. His special lady friend. She got it. I think her name's Katie, because I remember Trump saying, Katie was fine. She was totally fine. She had a bunch of good tests, and then she got one bad one. That's literally what he said. Like, yeah, that's what happens when you fucking catch it. You dummy dumb.
Yeah. Fucking idiot. They're fucking stupid.
Oh my god. But yeah, they test everyone in the White House every day, but you go back to work.
Yeah.
Good luck getting tested unless you have a fever and a cough.
Can't go to any government buildings.
Good luck getting tested with only 250 tests a day, and they pop the sites around all around the city so you can never find one. We're going to open here. No, we're going to open there. We're going to close this day. We're going to open there. We're going to go. Like, where the fuck do you get tested? And
you got Billy Nungesser going on Facebook, boys. Fucking telling everybody to go out to a park this weekend because everything's open now, and we need to get those tourism dollars going. We need to spend money. We need everybody out and about. He deleted his Facebook post right whenever all this COVID-19 shit was kicking off, and he said that we needed to go out to our bars and patron them. Like, he said that before the lockdown. And then you can imagine why he would, delete that.
Oh, speaking of local people deleting things, you saw from our local coffee house the email this morning, huh?
Yes.
Saying that the virus the virus cell walls are killed by light and heat, and you need to come out and support local business.
No.
Well, viruses don't have cells or cell walls, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Nope. And to kill a virus, you need to get to like boiling water temperature, like 140 degrees, something like that. It doesn't get that hot on planet Earth. If it did, nothing would fucking live here.
Well, and I mean, you haven't even shut down anyway, and you're not being oppressed in any way. Nope. So I don't know why you're sending out this crazy fucking email in the first place. Oh, but then he sends out an email saying he got hacked.
It was hacked. But everything in the email is like, I am the Pacino's guy, and this is how I think, because this is what Trump would say. And
I voted for Eddie Risponi,
Yeah, I put his signs out in front of my fucking business. And I have fucking titties and fucking sexual innuendos posted all over my business establishment.
The biscuit queen.
I charge $10 for a fucking package of Raisinets.
And rich white people buy it.
And rich white people buy this shit because they're fucking stupid. They got fucking thousands of dollars and they don't know what the fuck to do with it. So I put Raisinets on a fucking stand right in front of the register for $10. $10. I put a fucking dollar packet of butterscotch on the shelf. $6. $6 butterscotch. It's Pacino's butterscotch.
Yeah, but he was hacked, so he didn't send that.
He didn't send that. That motherfucker. Oh my god. That's what I am addicted. Okay, I will admit it on YouTube that I am addicted to Pacino's coffee. Okay, it's bad. It's very, very bad. But I tried to do this whenever Risponi was running for governor.
You've tried to boycott them twice. I've been weak.
I've told Littlefoot before about this.
Yes. I wasn't listening.
No. But you see, I can foresee things. Oh. Yeah.
I just wasn't listening to you at all.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, you did. You They were open during a literal hurricane, and you're like, they don't care about their workers. Fuck these people. Nope. And I'm like, oh, but the granitas.
Yeah, they taste so good. The coffee is so strong.
And then you're like, Eddie Risponi signs are in front of their business. Like, fuck this place.
And yeah, it's like, every time you try to talk about politics and stuff like, oh, well, you're at work. You don't talk about politics. Okay, so if you're at work and you're not supposed to bring up politics and nobody's supposed to have really political views because, you're in a corporate setting, you're at work, why in the fuck would the business owners be allowed to parade their political opinions using their business?
And also be huge hypocrites, because I have no proof of the statement I'm about to make, but I'm pretty sure he hires illegal workers or has some kind of like immigration visa thing going. Something.
Mother rocker.
Anyone who's ever been to Pacino's will know what I speak of.
Yes.
And I'm not going to say anything further, and I do not condone the views represented on this podcast. LLC.
Yeah.
Amen. God bless America. Just for kicks. On Route 66.
Yeah.
Fuck that place, though, in closing.
Definitely. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck?
I don't know. I was looking for my gavel. I made do.
Okay. This was an article that I was wanting to talk about, though, because, we're just talking about, government buildings are shut down and shit like that. They've already been talking about problems with, the meat production in the country. USDA 3 USDA meat inspectors dead. About 145 are diagnosed with COVID-19.
And I don't know if a lot of people knew this, but they already had problems at the USDA with not enough meat inspectors. So this is bad news.
Yeah. So, hundreds of federal meat inspectors have been exposed.
Because they're going into places like Tyson. And I can't remember I don't want to say the wrong name because I don't want to.
Yeah, the 3 that have died right here. One from the New York area, one from Chicago, and another one from the Mississippi area. The acting president, Paula Schelling, which represents 6,500 federal food inspectors nationwide, said she gives the USDA's Food Safety and Inspection Service an F for protecting their own employees. Every day, there are inspectors going into facilities where there are known positive COVID-19 cases, she said. People are still going in there and doing inspection. The United Food and Commercial Workers Union said in a statement last week that at least 20 meatpacking and food processing workers have been killed by COVID-19, and 22 meatpacking plants in the United States have closed at some point in the last 2 months due to the coronavirus outbreaks. At least 5,000 meatpacking workers, as well as 1,500 food processing workers, have tested positive for COVID-19 and are awaiting test results or are in quarantine.
Tree.
Yeah, according to the UFCW, which is the United Food and Commercial Workers Union. Among the concern for inspectors is plants do not have to notify them if someone in the plant tests positive for COVID-19, according to Shelley.
What?
Yeah, inspectors can hear it secondhand at best when they're not notified, Schelling said. Inspectors often work shoulder to shoulder with plant employees while monitoring production lines in environments not conducive to social distancing. It is virtually impossible in these meatpacking plants to practice social distancing, said Tom Corbo, a senior government affairs representative from the nonprofit Food and Water Watch. Despite the close contact with the workers, the USDA has not provided personal protective equipment to inspectors. The department is still working to identify PPE needs in the food supply chain, the USDA spokesperson said on Monday. Instead, the USDA has offered $50 stipend for inspectors to buy face coverings or the materials to make them, according to FSIS notice issued in early April. It cited increased demand and limited supplies of commercial face coverings as the reason for the one-time reimbursement.
Wow.
One-time reimbursement of $50.
That's how much your life is worth to a corporation. Let that sink in.
And not even the corporation. The
USDA. The government. Sorry. My bad. It's basically a corporation.
Yeah. It's
if you look at whose money has funded all that's made it exist.
Well, if you look at who's been putting control of the USDA, it's people that are from the food industry.
Yes.
The industry is regulating
and that are bought
itself.
out by lobbyists.
The same thing is happening in the SEC.
In the medical field.
In FDA. And it's in fucking
banking,
everything.
Oil.
Banking, the SEC.
Energy.
Yeah.
Like every segment of the fucking government is corrupt in controlling, corporations that are receiving billions of dollars from this bullshit.
Yeah. And
not doing anything with it to protect the fucking people that are still working through a global pandemic. And who knows if how worse they're making the situation. Like,
yep.
Who the fuck knows?
Don't fucking know. Yeah, and then, just, gonna do this, go, again, facebook.com/TrueSeekerPodcast. You go there throughout the week. I'm posting memes. Sometimes I post articles. Like today, I posted the live feed of the debate happening on the House floor with the Democrats trying to push through the $3 trillion stimulus package that is supposedly for like student debt, stuff like that. But then they caved.
Oh.
Like
I thought I was gonna get another stimulus corona check.
Yeah.
Like a double tax refund.
Yeah, you could just go there and I'm always posting stupid shit. Facebook.com.
That's all there is stupid shit. How could you not?
Stupid shit. It's Facebook.
How could you not post stupid shit? Have you looked around lately? That's all there is stupid shit.
Yeah. What the fuck else you want, man?
We live in a fucking global pandemic with a reality star. I call him a reality star, but he's really like a reality shithead loser as our president. Like, I couldn't watch that show. It was so terrible. Like, I made fun of it as a college student or whatever the fuck I was back then, but like, it was awful. And that's our president.
Yeah.
From, what was it called? The Apprentice. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, or no. It was The Apprentice, yeah.
I've been self-medicating with vodka.
I mean, we watched that show maybe a few times.
Not me.
Yeah, we did.
I couldn't stand that shit. I was probably forced against my will. You could say I watch wrestling too, but that doesn't mean I'm fucking watching wrestling or enjoying wrestling.
Yeah, okay. But
okay. So now that that's out in the open.
Whatever. No, this is, just about, we're talking about the coronavirus. The fallout of this is going to be substantial. We haven't even begun to see really the final outcome.
We haven't even probably got through the first like phase of what's
Yeah.
gonna happen to cause the outcome.
Yeah, like we're like through the first 10% of what's gonna happen, maybe 20.
You're like if you paid. How much does it cost to go to a movie before the coronavirus outbreak? Like $25.
$60.
You paid all that money. You sit down to start the movie. You're eating your popcorn, drinking your drink. The previews are just over, and it's just got dark, and you're like, "Oh my god, I gotta pee so bad." And you get up.
Don't worry, coronavirus is here. Just pee in the seat. It'll help me live.
No, but like you run and go to
They
the
pee in the
bathroom
seat.
and think you're not gonna miss anything, and then you come back and like you missed the most important thing in the whole movie, and you don't understand the whole movie. That's what's about to happen to us. Maybe I'm the only one that gets that right now, but y'all are gonna see, because I know what's gonna happen.
Really?
You done fucked up.
Okay.
New Orleans is reopening tomorrow. Jefferson Parish has basically been doing whatever they want. And they did surpass Orleans in cases earlier this week, I'm proud to say. We got our numbers up. We're not those rookie numbers anymore. Number one. Woo woo.
We're number one.
JP.
We're number one.
JP.
Yeah. JPP.
Yeah, but we're doing our thing. We're gonna learn the hard way.
Yep. Yeah, it's
Y'all enjoy your freedom, your week of freedom, getting on the government checklist, being tracked when you contact trace because you signed in to Applebee's to go have your dollar margaritas and girls' night.
yeah.
Enjoy your liberty being in a government database.
Yeah, guys, don't have girls' night.
Yeah, guys.
Um,
Have gender fluid night. This is 2020.
but this is a Washington Post article. Just that Republicans grow nervous about losing the Senate amid worries over Trump's handling of the pandemic. Just in recent weeks, the senators have been forcing a difficult political dances as polling shifts in favor of Democrats, touting their own response to the coronavirus outbreak with Oh, great.
So sorry. We're having an accident in the
Oh,
studio.
yeah. Oh, yeah. We're dancing
I got the corona.
in the studio.
I got the Rona.
It's bleak right now all across the map, to be honest with you, said one Republican strategist closely involved in the Senate races who spoke on the condition of anonymity. Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity.
Don't hurt yourself, kid.
To discuss concerns within the party. The whole conversation is a referendum on Trump, and that is a bad place for Republicans to be. But it's also not a forever place. It's just a temporary place until we find a forever place in hell. No, I mean I say that in jest, but I mean, I don't really wish too much ill on some Republicans. It's just I don't get how you can have these types of stances where you're pro-life and you're worried about grandma, because remember during Obamacare, the big thing that was going on was that there were going to be death panels created, and in these death panels, Obama was going to decide whether your grandma or your grandpa lived or died, whether the government was going to pay money to save their life. That's the picture that Republicans painted, for this policy, which is total bullshit. Medicare pays for basically fucking everything. Most seniors pay for very fucking little. Some even nothing. They pay zero. Nothing, because their taxes pay for fucking everything. I think even at my age right now, I would qualify for full benefits, not have to pay shit because of how long I've worked, paid into Social Security. Like, that's how it's supposed to work. You work your whole life in this country, try to make the economy better, try to make your life better, try to make your family's life better, try to make your community better by, having good schools, parks, extracurricular activities. Bowling leagues, pool leagues. This just the stupid shit. And you have those types of things, but you can't do that. Because why? Because you're paid less and less and less and less. Those types of things become harder. They become harder to maintain because your cost of living and everything around that, or everything around living, has gone up hundreds of times more expensive than what they were just 10 years ago.
And you're not getting paid anymore. That's why they're having a hard time getting people to go back during the pandemic, because they're making more on unemployment than they make working 40 hours a fucking week.
Oh man, I think our camera went out. We're having some
technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Watch, let me see. I'm gonna have to go to a song real quick.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Attention, citizens. May I have your attention, please? Focus your attention on the sound of my voice. Receive the message. Your beliefs. The illusion. Fear. Consumerism. Self-righteousness. It is time. The truth is free. Set your mind free. Seek the truth.
Oh yeah, there we go. That was just a music effect that was there, man. God damn it. Yeah, that's what.
I was flashing back to a time before social distancing. I was at a rave in 1997.
Yeah, but sorry about that technical difficulties. I'm the producer, director, actor, fucking everything. To fucking tech. I'm doing it all. So all the
Even the receptionist.
Yeah, I'm answering the phones whenever you call.
And cleaning the toilets.
Clean toilets. I fluff your pillow. My pillow.
$5.
$5. Yeah. Yeah, that's what all the screen changes and everything. That's all me. I'm directing the show as I'm talking to you guys.
No lessons, self-taught. Thank you
Self-taught.
very much, Pop.
Yeah, I even made those graphics for you, buddy. But even Republicans are kind of seeing the writing on the wall now. We
What's
kind of
that?
got away from that. Just the way that Trump is handling this whole pandemic is really fucking bad.
What, like a 2-year-old on crack? Like, what is he even doing? He has a press conference every day where I wonder, like, is someone, like, giving this guy, like, chloroform before they push him on the stage? Like,
Yeah,
what is going on?
There's nothing coming out of him. He argues with everybody that is put in place to direct him on what to do.
Well, and he can't come up with straight numbers for, like, the coronavirus.
And this isn't the first time that this happened. Every time that there's an issue with Trump and something going down, he's arguing with the people who are put in place to tell us what's going on.
The subject matter experts.
Yeah. Yeah, he's arguing with them.
Because he knows fucking everything. Don't you know that?
It's
He's
fucking
the
crazy.
He's the white savior. He's Christ. He was sent here to, like, James the Giant Peach appeared in that book to just make everyone happy. You heard the shit where he said, like, oh, if we have 100,000 people dead, I will have done a great job. You remember when he said that in one of the many, many, many press conferences a few weeks ago?
Yep.
And guess how many we have dead this glorious Friday in quarantine? 88,000 U.S. lives. And they project 99,000 dead by next Friday. Because that's how many fucking people are dying a week from this shit, from this hoax.
Yep.
You remember when he was calling it a hoax a few weeks before he said 100,000 people would die from it? Yeah, I don't remember that either. But, so if 100,000 people die from it, he will have done a great job. So what is it going to mean when more than 100,000 people die from it, I wonder? What, did he misspeak back then?
Yeah, this is a Republican Texas governor saying what his plan's going to do. Well, reopening.
Here's the audio.
How do we know reopening businesses won't result in faster spread or more cases of COVID-19? Listen, the fact of the matter is pretty much every scientific and medical report shows that whenever you have a reopening, whether you want to call it a reopening of business or just a reopening of society, in the aftermath of something like this, that actually will lead to an increase in spread.
I mean, that's pretty cut and dry, folks.
Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry. I'm kind of stealing this from these guys. Ring of Fire.
Yeah. Needs to be stolen. It's right.
Yeah. But I just, because, they had the clip. And so I wanted to show that to you, just that audio of, they know what's going to happen. They don't give a shit about you.
Yeah, it's not... You're the sacrifice to see how this goes. Like, they literally don't care if you live or die. They're not going back to work.
Yeah.
They're staying protected. They're getting tested every day. They have, disposable resources, which include you, to go make them money. So it doesn't bother them.
Yeah, that's what everybody who's of importance to them, they're staying at home. They're not going into no 9-to-5 cubicle or anything like that where they could possibly be exposed to this virus. That shit ain't happening probably for the rest of the year.
Or, God forbid, waiting on fucking people in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Where you're going to have idiots going out of their houses refusing to wear masks. Pro-life idiots. They'll claim they're pro-life, but they refuse to wear a fucking mask when they themselves could be going around infecting people and their grandma and little old ladies waiting for the bus and fucking anybody, because you can be an asymptomatic carrier and infect people, but they refuse to be inconvenienced and wear a mask.
It just makes no sense.
It makes no sense at all. And don't ever talk to me again about, personal responsibility if you're going to leave your house with refusing to put on a mask. Because you're not taking personal responsibility. Just like the hussy who, gets into bed with her boyfriend when she's 16 years old and she knows what's going to happen. Well, you know what's going to happen when you leave your fucking house. You're going to infect all kinds of people, or you could. You should know what the consequences are. You fucking personal responsibility, pro-life piece of shit. Like, I'm so over it.
Yeah.
Practice what you preach. Sorry.
It's alright. It's a totally fucked up thing, and they really do. Republicans are the ones that are always preaching about this personal responsibility, and people need to be held accountable for their actions, and they're the reason why they didn't get ahead in life, and blah 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 blah, on and on and on. But throughout this presidency, everything is everybody's fault.
Oh, yeah.
Everything's Pelosi's fault. Everything was Obama's fault.
Obama, Hillary.
Everything's
who was
Hillary's
never
fault.
president.
everything's the Democrats' fault. Mm-hmm. It is
China's fault.
Yeah.
Mexico's fault.
On and on and on. All his whole tweet rage shit is like a 24-hour blame game. Mm-hmm. 24 fucking hour blame game. Everybody else is responsible for my actions. My lack of leadership.
The old ass veterans he visited without a face mask, like 100-year-old veterans. It was their choice to come.
Yeah. You know, we in January, a mask company offered the Trump administration to make more masks because they saw the fucking shortage coming. He said no.
Probably because Ivanka couldn't sell them on QVC.
Exactly. There's a whole list of shit, time after time, where the Trump administration could have intervened and possibly have done something to try to have lessened the impact of this disease on this country, and they decided to do nothing. They wouldn't even do anything for the lockdown, or the quote-unquote lockdown.
Oh, now they can see air quotes when we do
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He left that shit to the governors. The governors were the ones to decide whether or not they were going to lock down or not. But now he wants everything fucking open, so now it's his call.
And
it's his call on whether it opens up or not.
Some of the mayors even fucking governors even sidestepped that shit too, and were like, oh, like, the cities can do what they want, but like, Cantrell isn't open until tomorrow, and she's implementing way tighter safeguards.
Restrictions, yeah. And Edward said, he was like, yeah, it's up to the cities whether they want to do stricter restrictions or not.
Yep. Passing the buck 101.
Yep.
No fucking body will take a leadership role and say what we need to do to get through this. No one wants to be the bad guy that says the hard thing that nobody wants to fucking hear because y'all are a bunch of fucking babies.
Yep, and then that's why this article right here, this Washington Post, it's an opinion piece, but the United States is a country to be pitied.
For true.
Yeah. The shocking and deadly failures by President Trump and his administration have been well documented. We didn't isolate, we didn't test, we didn't contract trace, we waited too long to lock down, but Trump's gross unfitness is only part of the problem. The phrase American exceptionalism has always meant different things to different people. That this nation should be admired, or perhaps that it should be feared. Not until now, at least in my lifetime, has it suggested that the United States should be pitied. No amount of patriotism or pride can change the appalling facts. The pandemic is acting as a stress test for societies around the world, and ours is in danger of failing. And it says in danger. When was this written? May 14th? Yeah, I don't think we're in danger of failing. I think we're failing. We're failing quite fucking miserably, considering we're leading the world in almost all the fucking, kind of scales of measurement with this fucking disease. I'm used to kind of thinking of a nation such as South Korea as kind of a junior partner, a beneficiary of American expertise and aid. Yet the U.S. death toll from COVID-19 exceeds 85,000, while South Korea's fatalities total 260.
Jeez.
That's not a typo. How could a nation with barely half our per capita income have done so much better? Washington has been Sal's patron and teacher for more than 6 decades, yet somehow we apparently have unlearned much of what we taught. Much closer to home, Trump's boasting about how his border wall is supposedly helping protect Americans against this virus is a joke. Mexico's reported death rate from COVID-19 is a small fraction of ours, though the numbers may be higher than the official count. In the border of Nogales, Mexican authorities are using disinfectant spray to sanitize visitors arriving from Arizona because they're dirty, stinking Americans.
It reminds me of my dad. He used to read me stories when I was little and add in all kinds of fucked up stuff. That's awesome. Okay, good.
How could it be that the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which I always thought of as the premier public health agency in the world, so completely botched
Wait,
development?
was that real?
Wait, what?
Did he really say that, or did you add that?
No, this is real.
Okay, that was funny.
Okay. So completely botched the development of a test for the novel coronavirus. We have by far the biggest economy in the world, and we believe we have the most advanced science. Yet for the first months of the pandemic, as the coronavirus silently spread, we were essentially blind. By the time we had eyes on the enemy, it was too late. We have managed to slow the spread of the virus, but I worry that the lack of social cohesion to stay the course. On Wednesday, the Wisconsin Supreme Court invalidated Governor Tony Evers' extension of his stay-at-home order. By evening, bars in some Wisconsin cities were packed. No social distancing, no masks. In Milwaukee and several other jurisdictions, however, orders by local officials kept the bars closed. What are the Wisconsin cities that remain closed supposed to do? Set up roadblocks to keep outsiders away? The Florida Keys have done just that. Since March 27th, checkpoints have been in place to keep visitors from entering the island chain, which has seen just 95 cases of COVID-19 and only 3 deaths. The America I know, or thought I knew, is one of restlessness, free movement, open roads. Until there is a vaccine, post-COVID America may be very different. Thanks to Trump, we have no coherent national plan to survive the pandemic. But also thanks to the federal government, and I include Congress as well as the president, we lack the kind of sturdy economic safety net that protects unemployed workers and shut down business owners in some of the hardest hit European countries, nations that once looked up to the United States as a model. In the Netherlands, for example, the government is granting employers up to 90% of their payroll costs so they can keep paying their workers rather than resort to furloughs or layoffs. That kind of continuity ought to speed recovery when reopening becomes safe.
And I was going to say, well, this is the part of the article or whatever that I'm disagreeing with, because all of that could be done here. We've literally already spent tens of trillions of dollars, and I, as an individual, have seen $1,200.
12.
I mean, people that work shitty jobs make more than that a month, and this shit is going on for months. But just speaking to the spread of it too, like, I started watching this and getting nervous about it the second week of March. And in the United States, there was less than 700 cases. It was like 696 cases. And I was like freaking the fuck out. Like, oh my God, this is going to be crazy. Today, there's 88,200 deaths in this country. And it's the second week of March. So that's 60 days later. So all of these precautions... No, all of these precautions need to be in place and need to be serious. The government needs to hand out money to whoever needs fucking money. Like, everyone needs to stay home. It can happen. It eventually will happen. Because
keep your distance.
Yeah, if not, we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
So the economy won't be very stimulated by a bunch of dead people in mass graves that are burned because they don't have enough time to bury them all and their bodies decompose before people can dig their fucking graves.
Yeah.
So, enjoy your last few weeks at Applebee's while you try to brave and show how tough you are and immune to the coronavirus Mountain Dew makes you.
Save me my margarita.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Save me my margarita. I'm going to be there. Save me a piece of that corn.
I'm fucking enraged.
You save me a piece of that corn.
The United States has like 1.5 million cases. In 60 days.
60. It's... It's
just like the flu.
It's just like the
flu.
flu.
I dropped out of 8th grade in Alabama. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's just like the flu.
Just like it. I believe it. I believe it just like the flu. I got
You can have anything.
I couldn't breathe.
Raisins or the skin's peeled off.
Yeah.
Lemon peel, just the peel.
Just a peel. But whatever you want.
Fuck. I'm so outdone with people.
Yeah. Again, like I said, if you have to go out, then yeah.
May God have mercy on your soul.
You got to do what you got to do. I feel for you. Sorry, I didn't realize I had the volume up of that shit. Again, because I'm doing everything here. But if you got to go out, you got to go out. Just be careful. Take care of yourself.
Don't go out just to go out.
Yeah, don't go out just to go out. I got to go to work. I'm going to work, wearing a mask, socially distancing, and that's it. And I'm going home. Kind of doing my lockdown routine, the same that I've been doing. We order groceries once a week, and we do curbside pickup. So we're not going in the stores. We try to order what we need, go pick it up, bring it home, and then that's basically our weekly activities. It's great. High five. No, but I mean, that's it. That's all we can do right now. It sucks. I know. Fucking blows donkey dicks. I miss the wrestling show that was supposed to happen in May. I still got my ticket. It's gonna happen eventually. Gonna get to do it. Shit's gonna get postponed. Things are gonna change.
Get over it.
Get the fuck over yourself. You are not the end all be all of all existence. There is more people on this fucking planet than just you.
And you're going to realize that if you end up in a hospital that doesn't have enough ventilators for you, and they only have 117, and you're fucking 118 that needs a ventilator in order to get the crud and mucus and shit collecting in your lungs to pump oxygen into your veins. So good luck with that.
Yeah, keep preaching against, the stupid bullshit going on right now. Try to protect each other. Speak out against the injustices you see going on, like what's going on right now, like how I try to do. You do those types of things, you might be able to make them hate you like Jesus.
Don't touch your face, bud.
Yeah, don't touch your face.